My dad was an entrepreneur. He had several businesses that he either bought or started. He'd often give me a lift in the morning. One morning we were at the base of the Norwood Bridge and he opened the car door and he threw up, and I was a little shocked and I said, "Dad, are you not well?" And he said, No, I'm okay. He said, "But unfortunately I have to go in and let somebody go today." He said, "But I blame myself for this one." I'd convinced myself he wouldn't be successful, but he convinced me that he could do it. So I hired him and tried to work him through the role, but it just wasn't working. He said, I have to live with the fact that he goes home tonight and has to tell his wife and children that he's lost his job. He always understood the obligation and sense of responsibility he had to all of his employees, and that has always stuck with me. I honestly thought when I joined ComCheck that I would stay for just a couple of years, learn something about the industry and the people. There were amazing people there, but I fell in love with the industry. But what happened was the industry consolidated. I'd spent 15 years in the payroll business, and I thought, there used to be 7, there's now 2. I think we can create an alternative. I mean, seriously, a girl from Windsor Park thinking she could start a company to compete against the largest data processor in the world. The laptops weighed 45 pounds. So I remember taking this luggable out of a suitcase onto the desk of a vice president of finance and going through my demonstration and really feeling very much like I was showing them my baby. This is the baby, and you just hoped it wasn't ugly. After I was finished, she said, "Barb, you're really onto something here. There are a lot of features here that we would make a switch for." And I think for the first 5 years, I just called Payworks the alternative. I just want to be the alternative to the other guys that are out there. Bill Lavin was involved in many initiatives in the city. He thought, we need to get younger people involved, new individuals wanting board works. He asked if I would attend, and I did. And I think it was, I'm going to say 3 or 4 days. The Manitoba Craft Council and the Contemporary Dancers. Both of those were very early board appointments for me. And I remember going in thinking, these are a room full of artists and crafters. And very quickly the conversation around the board table turned to events and selling and marketing and exposure. And at that point I felt I had something potentially I could contribute. I jokingly say when people see my name come up or see me on the street, they don't answer across the street because I'm probably asking them for money. And there's lots of people in Winnipeg who would echo that sentiment, but we do it. We have a pay it forward day. It's actually 2 days a year that every employee can go volunteer in the community. And I really do hope that we're creating, a real community or culture of caring. There is a stick-togetherness in Winnipeg and a self-reliance. We really do want one another to succeed. We are one another's biggest cheerleaders. When we see successes in our city and our province, we couldn't be happier. All of those factors combined make it a really unique place to start a business, to grow a business, to have a family. My hope is that my 5 grandchildren choose to make Winnipeg their home and make their life here. And I hope that they reflect on Winnipeg as a city that has lots of opportunity for job and growth, that they see Winnipeg as a city that is always trying to get better and that is inclusive and is compassionate. The United Way had a campaign line that was, "Because we love Winnipeg, because you love Winnipeg." And I loved that approach to connecting Winnipeggers. Winnipeg isn't perfect. It has lots of things that we all want to see improve, but because we love Winnipeg, we want to see it be better. We want to contribute to that. So I think that because we love Winnipeg, that's why we're here.